Hey guys, it's me, Shell. Hair and makeup did not show up again to my trailer, so I'm looking a little rough. So I put a ball cap on, it looks even worse. Anyway, hey, it's me for real. Okay, today I'm going to be answering some questions from my viewers. One viewer wanted to know, what can I do with some boneless, skinless chicken thighs? And another viewer, the ZZ Tops, wanted to know, what can I do with some zucchini that's about to go bad? So I've decided to combine those two today, and I'm going to show you. So let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is make a marinade for some zucchini and some chicken thighs and bell pepper and onion. And we're going to make, okay, so you can make them into skewers, but I have skewers, but I don't have a grill, and my air fryer isn't large enough to put the skewers in. So I'm going to do deconstructed skewers, but ZZ Tops, use those zucchini, and something about trouble with thighs wrote in about the chicken thighs. Let's put them together, okay? So you can use zucchini, bell peppers, onions, chicken, make a skewer, but first we're going to marinate, and I'm going to show you a marinade. Now, I learned this from my Aunt Nell. One time she was, she brought veggies to put on the grill for something we had at Graham's house, and oh my word, that was so delicious. So I'm going to do my own version. I'm going to start with some extra virgin olive oil, but the key ingredients are the same. I remember she had lots of Worcestershire sauce in there, and we're going to add that too. So we're going to just put some gulps of olive oil. That goes in a Ziploc bag. And then I'm going to put some balsamic vinegar. Just a couple of gulps of that too. Like I said, it's a marinade, not really a sauce. But I guess you could pull some out before you add the chicken to make a sauce. Salsa. Come on, Shell, get it together. Okay, so we're going to put some Worcestershire in there. All right, so we've got the fat, we've got the sweet, we've got this umami flavor. I don't know. Since that Friends episode where Ross was trying to teach Phoebe and Rachel how to always be aware, I can never remember if it's unami or umami because he messed me up saying the other one. All right, so anyway, it's that other taste we have that Worcestershire sauce and soy sauce give us. If you didn't want to use Worcestershire or didn't have it, you could use soy sauce in replacement. Okay, I'm just going to dump out the rest of this garlic because I think the more the better. Okay. Who doesn't like garlic, right? I can use that for something else. I don't know. I'll clean the jar out later. Probably would help if I didn't. Here. Is that better? I don't know. My tripod is still misplaced because last night I was so tired I did not even try to look for it. Okay, so now we're going to put in some Italian seasoning. Dun, dun, dun. I'm going to be generous with it. Dump it in there. We're going to put in just a little bit of brown sugar for the sweet. Now, like I always use, I'm using Truvia, which has the same flavor. I'm really happy with the Truvia products. They're good. I'm just eyeballing all this. Just lead with your heart. All right. Now, we do have a little bit of bitter or acid from the vinegar, but I'm going to put in the juice of a lime. And I probably need my juicer. All right, I'm gonna put the insides down. Oh gosh, I'm making a mess. Ooh, maybe I should have done this in a bowl first. There we go, that works. Okay, we're gonna put some lime juice in there, because why not? Oh, that smells so good. I'm a sucker for some citrus. Okay. Oh, good thing I worked out my muscles yesterday. All right, and one more taste of like acid. Give it a little twang. I'm gonna put some Dijon mustard in there. And obviously I'm at the end of my Dijon mustard like I was at the end of the garlic. But, okay. Let's put a little pepper. I wanted this to be finely ground, so I'm using this that I got at Costco, fine ground black pepper. And then some kosher salt. I'm just gonna pinch some in there. And as Rachel says, a little over the shoulder for luck. Okay. Oh, let's put some onion powder. And I'm not going to use garlic powder since we have minced garlic. Okay, I'm going to get some air out. And I'm going to squish this around. Ooh, that looks really good. Look, I think that'll be really flavorful. We've got some good characters in there. Good ingredients in it. I'm going to squish up the Dijon. Look, that's where Iva hugged me with her toenails. Isn't she sweet? Add a dash of sarcasm in there. But she's been a good girl. She's learned how to hug me now without using her claws as much. But she still tears my flesh. Okay, so we're going to set this aside. It's all mixed together. And I'm going to cut up, oh gosh, I'm going to cut up some of the veggies. Great. Water over here. The other day I saw somebody cut up bell peppers so neat. And I could never make it look that way. They just had them all together and just cut it like all stripy. I'm going to set y'all back a little bit. There we go. Too close for comfort. But anyway, they had them all like this. I don't want that keeping there. I'm going to have to watch them do that again because it looked almost like an accordion. But okay. Oh, if you're going to do skewers, you probably need like squares to cut them in squares. I'm not doing skewers. Mine will probably be, I don't know what it's going to be. I guess I'll put it in the air fryer, but deconstructed, not a skewer. All right, let me cut this out. There's that. And I'll show you, I guess you could, if you're going to skewer them up, you would probably need to cut big squares or rectangles. A piece like that would go well on a skewer. But I'm just going to go ahead and do this one. My peppers are going to be all different sizes, but I don't care. It does not matter to me. Okay, we got that, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to slice up a zucchini and a squash. Oh, I need a garbage bowl. Okay. And if you were going to do skewers, you would probably want to keep them in chunks, but I'm not. I'm going to do mine in big pieces like this. I guess you could still skewer it even this size. Okay. Oh, you guys, last night when we were taking that bed apart, a funny story, my grandma had always told my mom she could have that bed when she was gone. And so she put a piece of tape on the back of the bed of my old footboard, but it was on the back of the headboard. And it's in Graham's handwriting. It's so sweet. It says, "At my death, this goes to Diane." And I was, oh, it makes me sad. I'm going to keep the bed. That bed is over 100 years old, probably. And it really does not need to function as a bed anymore. But I'm going to keep the headboard and footboard and try to do something with them. Like maybe make some sort of wall hanging, or try to repurpose just the head, because the legs of the headboard are really in bad shape. They're dried out and it's just old. So I think if I cut the legs off and made like a headboard you could hang on the wall, that would be really pretty, because I love that bed. I love it, love it, love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these veggies in the marinade. Oh, I forgot the onion. All right, so we'll add onion too. I'm going to put all this in the marinade, and you could put as much chicken as you want. I'm going to be doing 2 recipes today with chicken, so I'm just going to put a few pieces of chicken thighs in here. Yeah, maybe I should have used a half of all these vegetables. Maybe not. It'll be all right. Okay, so there we've got that. And let me add a chunk of onion. I watched this lady on YouTube. It's Calvin and Marie. I probably told y'all about them. And she's so cute. You know, they're from Rome, Georgia. And she says onion with a G. Or at least it sounds like she adds a G in there. It kind of sounds like when people used to say youngins. She calls them onions. So that's probably going to be in my thoughts every time I cut up an onion. All right. Put this in there. And I think bell peppers and onions are a good base to anything you're going to cook. Let me put a little bit more in there. Mom always said you want seasoning vegetables. So whenever you start a soup or a spaghetti sauce or Mexican food, always start with peppers and onions. A lot of people call it, I can't remember what they call it in Louisiana, but there's a name for that in almost every type of cooking. Oh, this is going to gross me out. Okay, I need to use it somewhere. Ugh, I hate touching raw chicken. Sofrito is one, and I think that's, well, of course it's Spanish, but you start with the sofrito. Alright, so I put 2 pieces of chicken in there, and you could cut your chicken if you wanted to. I just don't like touching raw chicken, so I'm not. Okay, so we're going to massage this all around and put it in the fridge for like 2 hours. Oh, that wasn't too many vegetables. That'll be perfect. All right, another thing you could do is, if you're making this and you want to divide it up into individual servings, after you put it in the big bag, put it in small bags and put it in the freezer, and that way you could just pull it out and stick it in the air fryer, put it in a skillet or whatever, and that's like meal planning, and it could just be in the freezer ready to go. All right, so okay, chicken zucchini. People who ask me questions, this is what I would do with extra chicken and zucchini. I'm going to be back and show you another recipe with chicken in just a bit.